All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to you elect men. You pushing this word in all truth and in sincerity, risking life and livelihood in so doing. Okay, because I tell you, man, listen, you know, you doing this work and you're gonna experience it, man. You're gonna go through. You're gonna experience the downs, okay, and you may get a few ups, but you're gonna definitely experience the downs, okay. But as the scriptures say, endure through it. All right, you have to endure through it like a good soldier. All right, it's pretty much training camp. All right. Training camp, like if you want to be a great basketball player, a great football player, great anything, you have to train, and this is part of our training. All right. And even in the entertainment industries, sports, they're training. When you train, you have to make sacrifices. So these men, all right, are making sacrifices. Okay, if you are of the elect, okay, and Lord willing, you are. Okay, so Um, this is part of the undertaking of trying to be the elect. We don't get paid for doing this work, all right? And our payment is our faith in the word of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? So, shalom to the women and children who watch and who learn as well. And I don't really know the name of this video, but I'm not for the women against the men, okay? I understand that Esau, the so-called white man, has, the Most High has, shaken things up. But Esau, as the scriptures say, he has furthered the affliction. Okay, he has furthered the affliction of the Israelites. All right, um, and and um, and so you see, we have a woman, okay, who is detestable. All right. Our woman, all right, our women, they're gross to us, all right, if you are a man of the Lord, okay. Now, as I heard one individual say, most of these women are attractive bums, okay. But they're attractive bums, attractive slums, attractive crumbs, all right. But, and no matter how you may want to fix that. Most of these women are of the world, okay, and even these older women, you could call them bitter baddies, okay. The bitter baddies, okay, they're only really concerned about themselves, so they're not teaching and reaching out to these. We've always always said that the bitter baddies, the older women, the women from 35 and up. They're not concerned with teaching these younger women, okay? And then your Babylon Barbies would be your women 34 and down, okay? They're your Babylon Barbies, okay? You can't teach them anything. Most of these women are at this point, they're all prostitutes, man, okay? Even your woman, trust me. A lot of you, Jake, man, you don't believe that your girl, and a lot of you don't care as long as, you don't care, but that's against the scriptures. It said, do not prostitute your woman, man. You know, the scriptures that say keep your daughter in straightly, man. And yeah, and these women, they're not going to like that, especially the Babylon Barbie. Okay? Because what? The older women didn't teach them. Okay? There's no man there. Okay, if it is a person who looks or resembles a man, okay, he has no backbone. Okay, he has no backbone. Okay, he doesn't know what a backbone is. And then once you come with the backbone and the presence of a man, she has the most powerful weapon in the world, and she knows. Okay, which is 911. Okay, my demon. Let me share a story with you. I'm not making this about me, but and if you follow, I have a social media page and I, put shit on there, but, I have what you call a Babylon Barbie. Okay. I get quite a few of them. All right. And, we were getting into it. So I said, you know what? We're going to drag this bitch out far. Okay. And correct her. Okay. Because, as long as, you're around people and, you know, Babylon Barbie know that there's help. 2 seconds, there's a sucker every step of the way, right? So I drove all the way out to the woods, suckered her to go out there. And so, hey, now I didn't, put my hands on her. Hey, she understood my line of questioning. I asked, because she told me, stupid ass lie. So I asked her, I asked her, and that's things that women do, okay? But I asked her. I said, "Well, why did you lie?" She didn't even know what I was asking about. Okay, but where we were at, okay, I didn't curse. I didn't make any threatening moves. Okay, she jumped right out of the damn car, man, and called 911 instantly. Didn't call nobody else. And guess what? Where were we at? We were out in the middle of the woods, and guess what? Police showed up, man. Now just me. I think that Esau is because we are men of the Lord. I think they keep close eyes on us, and I'm pretty sure that they do. All right. Uh, I would never think that they don't. Okay. They keep a sharp eye out on us, on the men of the Lord. Okay, especially in these times, because hey, they came. Okay, and hey, I wasn't able to correct her. Because their presence was there, and that's going to be another video. See, okay, because that's what this devil is here to keep you to oppress you. That's the last video I did. In all the things that you do, he's here to oppress you. Okay? And your woman is just another tool if she's a Babylon Barbie, in which they all are. Or a Bitter Betty, which they all are. Tools to oppress you. Don't give a fuck if they're giving you money, whatever. Giving you some honey. They're going to oppress you because they're under Esau. But, brothers, that's about to change. And, let me get a scripture real quick. Now I'm gonna get a scripture. I don't have anything planned, but let me get a scripture. All right. Well, I'm thinking right now. Wow, that just came up. Let me see if I can. Come on, load up. Here's the foreheads. Go. This thing is taking so long. Let me see. Hurry up before this devil. This man. Okay, so there's 8 results for foreheads. something I'm thinking. Let me see if it's there. Right, here we go. There's number one, Ezekiel 3:8. Okay. It says, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. All right. So let me see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on back. So let me. Oh man. Oh, this phone moving this slow. 1 second. Man, this has never done this before. You kidding me? You kidding me, man? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. I can't believe that just happened, but okay. Can't go to the tool, so there must be something wrong with this. Okay, so I went to the NLT, okay, for Ezekiel 3:8. All right, and it says, this is what's saying, but look, I have made you as obstinate and hard-hearted as they are. Okay, and so listen, this is what the training is for. Okay, this is what the training is for, man. Because we still are not there, man. Okay, but we will be. Okay, because the times that are coming, these hoes is playing in your face. These people are playing right in your face. Okay, and then turn around and they're really hard hearted against you. Okay, against they're not taking the gravity of what we do seriously. Okay, and so their importance is still on this world. Okay, so the Lord, by us training and laboring in this work, okay, by us training and laboring in this work, we're developing, more obstinate and hard-hearted as these people. Okay, so I'm going to play this video.
This goddamn country down to shambles. This by far is the worst I ever seen it in my life. And I know it's about to get worse. Check this out.
I've been so embarrassed to say this, but somebody said it was the age of disclosure and that more people should disclose about how they're doing financially as Americans. So let's just be honest. I work 40 hours a week. I can't afford an apartment. I physically can't afford an apartment. On paper, I can afford it.
See, and that's a goddamn shame, man. Okay? That's a shame, man. You goddamn lie. All right? I had to put that in there, man. But hey, that's a shame, man. Okay? Here it is after slavery. And listen, you have to understand. That's where the so-called white man, woman, and child want you. They want you in that space. They fed you the lie that everything was okay. Just like before COVID. Before COVID, um, you know, we had prior warning from the elder apostle Tahar and on down, all right, about the mark of the beast. So and not so we got the heads up on the mark of the beast. Of course, we're going to be informed on anything that's coming down the pike that don't seem right. So I went to my union at my job, and I was like, how can I avoid in the future, and this was years before COVID. I've been in this truth since 2000. Well, I've always knew I was a Hebrew Israelite, but once we found out about the mark of the beast, all right, well then and I never did receive vaccinations from this damn devil, man. All right, so I went to my union at my job and asked for paperwork. How could I avoid in the future anything like that at work? And I tell you, these unions, and they're Masonic, juiced in, they're Boule, okay, juiced in, okay, CIA, okay, all kind of agendas and going on. So anyway, they told me, hey, look, you're assured you don't have anything to worry about. But if you did want to, you just fill out the religious accommodation, which I tried to fill out the religious accommodation then and was denied, okay? So these people, okay, they know the plan that's unfolding, all right? They know what's going on, all right? And I mean the so-called white man, all right, woman and child, they are on board with, okay, this MOTB being pushed, being pursued, being accomplished, okay?
But after taxes and everything, it would be a strain. But I also can't afford to.
And then they come with those taxes, okay? Okay, that's why they didn't give you reparations. That's why they won't give you reparations. That's why they come up with something every 3 to 4 days, man, to keep you jakes beneath them, man. All right? But you women are about to catch ultimate hell. And unless you're with a man of the Lord, you and yours, whatever you see in your head, there's a saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Okay? And you women are going to learn that. Now you're working through Satan. You think you're working through the Most High, but you're working through Satan. Okay? Satan is setting your ass up for the okie doke. Okay? And that's the so-called white man. But this woman, okay, you should let what she's saying stick in your damn head. Okay?
Live in hotel rooms because hotel rooms have gotten way more expensive and they're about the same price as a high dollar apartment. So I've been trying to do that. I am like $30,000 to $40,000 in financial student loan debt because I was trying to get my bachelor's degree to fix my life. Unfortunately, the government decided that a psychology degree wasn't worth it, and so my grant was taken and I don't qualify for student loans anymore because they say that my income to whatever ratio far outweighs how much it would cost to pay back my student loans.
Now, she pretty much homeless right now. Can't afford to stay in a hotel every night because it costs too much. She buried in debt and she currently financially strained and stressed. She works 40 hours a week and still can't afford an apartment. I'm talking about a studio apartment with just the bathroom and the kitchen all in one. She can't afford that. And right now, this normal for almost everybody in the world right now. The only difference is she done reached her capacity while the other people you see on their goddamn internet posing they
At FCP Euro, we deliver you quality European car parts without compromise.
hiding their pain and suffering behind Instagram photos, man. They all feeling what this girl feeling right now. When you know you doing your best, never be afraid to tell the truth about your situation. Ain't nothing to be embarrassed about, man. We all in this shit together. Everybody getting pinched. And if you in a bind right now and you need somewhere to stay, there's this app called Pad Split where you can pick how much you want to pay and whether you want to pay bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly. And all the utilities are included in what you pay. It's called Pad Split. PADSPLIT. Pad Split. Go download that and see about it. Carry on.
So I'm stuck in a dead-end job trying to make it happen. I can't qualify to get an apartment because my credit is bad from when I had a mental breakdown and I quit my job and I had to use my credit cards in order to pay for everything. Then I'm homeless. I am living in hotel rooms or living in my car sometimes if I can't afford a hotel room because I'm trying to pay back all of this stuff on my credit for an apartment.
Now, I guarantee you, okay, Salakia. She's not a, a bad looking woman. All right. I've seen Jake got multiple, babies by women who look far worse than her. Okay. Now she's not a bad looking woman. She just got all that damn, horse shit on her damn head. Okay. But, Jake could take her, but, I'm pretty sure she had a man, okay, that had her back fully, okay? Because that's what the Most High does. He gives them that man, all right, that's going to have them fully, okay? And what do? Oh, I went to college. I got this, I got that. Fuck you, nigga. Okay, basically is what they, tell that man, you don't control me, you ain't telling me shit. And now she's boo-hooing. Okay, and not just her, most of these women. And it's going to get worse because, now, I'm pretty sure she sold that box until, hey, you ain't got nothing left to sell. Once you come across a decent man who may want you, okay, but he's going to get that box and he's not going to desire you at all, no matter what shenanigans you do. Okay. And this is going to be the result of a lot of these women, the realization of most of the women, especially most of the Israelite women. Okay. Now you may get, y'all may find, a little, stepping stone, all right, but that's just the Lord preserving you, okay, for your latter destruction, okay. You women are going to feel the pain that the men of the Lord have felt, okay. All you Israelites are going to feel what the Lord went through one way or another, okay. You're going to feel it. And a lot of you, 2/3 of you are going to die a terrible death. Okay? Terrible death. Okay? Those nukes come, the race riots, and listen, the race riots are going to come. Okay? The race riots are going to come. Listen, I said this the last video. As you saw, Iran was there minding it. A lot of these countries are minding their business, and Esau comes in and attacks. Okay, and he's just gonna bend the block and attack you, Jakes. That's what he's waiting to do. He's gonna bend the block and attack you, Jakes, man. And you may be like, well, I'm cool with white people. You're gonna see. Okay, you're going to see. Okay, this woman is going through what she's going through. She's in dire straits. Look it up. dire straits because she trusted in what those white people told her. Okay? She's in dire straits. So, and you people, man, you're listen, you women, you're going to suffer, and the men. Okay? It's about to happen.
That won't even put any of the payments that I make onto my credit. So they use credit as a way in order to qualify you, but they don't actually put any of your payments for you paying your apartment on your credit.
This is exactly how they want all us. Broke, buried in debt, and nowhere to go. You gotta knock down their door and qualify for and they want the man out the house so they could help you out, so they could give you food stamps. Section 8 HUD, they want the man out the house to give you that. Them credit cards got a 29% interest rate on them. The loans even worse. And if you default on your rent and get evicted, ain't nobody gonna prove you because that eviction on your record. Car loans are ridiculous right now. Insurance is definitely student loans, and they on your head about they bread. And this why so many people crashing out. Cause even if you out here trying, life still got you in a goddamn chokehold financially. Inflation has destroyed minimum wage value. Minimum wage don't mean shit. You can't get shit unless you 16 and still stay with your parents. And if they want you to pay something, good luck with that. Now imagine working a full-time job.
Imagine working a full-time job and still can't make it, man. Okay, now this crunch hasn't hit every area, okay, but it will. All right, some people still are at ease, but and those who are at ease are going to they're going to be at ease for the taking. Okay. Because listen, the Lord is, again, making your heart an obstinate heart like their heart. Okay, you're gonna, you got it. You're gonna, hey, be cold-hearted. Okay, so this is going to be the result of that, and this is 2 Ezra 15:16. It says, "They that till the ground shall mourn. Okay, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail." Okay, and with a fearful constellation. Okay, and so as we see now, hey, there's war. Okay, again, fertilizer for food. The fuel, diesel, gas. People can't make it to work. Truck drivers. They're paying a little more. Things are costing more. Additives and preservatives that are used for foods, they're not present anymore. So the prices of things are going to go up, and certain products are going to be hard to get that you're used to just having. They're going to be hard to get. Soap, deodorant. Okay. Remember during the COVID thing, was it toilet paper? Was a commodity. You was the man if you had toilet paper. Okay. And water bottles. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Okay. And so that's what we're seeing. The sword and their destruction is drawing nigh. Okay, coming to fruition. Okay, it's not just going to be, we just talked about, it's actually happening, and we're seeing it actually happening. Jake being unalive, at higher and higher rates, and it's only going to go up. Okay? It's only going to increase. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. And ultimately, you're going to have these, you're going to have Jake standing up. You're going to have Esau. Okay. He's going to stand up. Esau's probably going to stand up first. Okay. Because as you see, Esau, he can't take that shit. Jake is used to living poverty, without. Okay, that's why Jake walking around like bone, like Skeletor. Okay, all skinny and boned out. Okay, yeah, that shit ain't cool. All right, you like that, man. Hey, if you lose food, man, hey, you be forced to eat anything in that condition, man. So people take advantage of you. So it says for there shall be sedition among men. All right, and Esau, he's always training. He's always running around. Okay, jogging and running and shooting, and a lot of you Jake are going to be easy picking even for Esau, and as weak as he is. All right. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Okay. So every at this point, hey, you women, you're gonna be toast. A lot of women they're gonna be giving up their ex-boyfriends, niggas that they fucked with. Okay, niggas they was cool with that they're no longer cool with. They're gonna be telling telling these grimy niggas where they at, where they live at. Setting a lot of Jake is gonna get set up. You gotta watch for the back door. You gotta watch for the back door. We say Lord willing, but we can't be ignorant of Satan and his devices. We gotta understand, man. These niggas, okay, 2/3 of our people, they are just chocolate covered Edomites. Okay, they might be Jake, but spiritually they're Esau. They're wicked. Again, that woman, trust me, that woman may have even had 2 or 3 men. Okay, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'll say she had 7 men who were willing to do whatever for her, man. Okay, and she used her mouth. Okay, her fucking mouth, her attitude. That attitude is going to be gone, and it's going to be too late. Because guess what? You women are going to starve. No man is going to want you. No man's going to want that. You got these YNs who don't know no better, man. They were used to looking at their mother, but guess what? A YN can't feed itself. Okay. And without a switch, and there's without a switch, he's nothing. Okay. Without a switch, he's nothing. And so you're going to die. A lot of you women, you're going to die a very hunger is painful. Hunger is painful. It drives people insane, man. Cannibalism, when people decide to become cannibals, man. Okay? That is a rough, tough choice. I'll eat rats, I'll eat roaches. I mean, it's easy to say that shit. It's easy to say that shit. Hey, the animal is smart. You think, they know that your ass hungry. They're not gonna be around you, unless they're sick and dying. And then you're gonna be forced to eat sick and dying animals, which is gonna bring you sickness and slower death, pain. Okay? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Okay? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? And I'm going to stop it there. Okay? I'm going to stop this video there. Okay? So the police, the sheriffs, your mayors, those people are going to be targeted too. Okay, and nobody's going to, the police, like the movie World War Z with Brad Pitt. World War Z with Brad Pitt. There's a scene where a policeman, they're inside the supermarket, and the policeman he ran in the supermarket, and they were what do you call it? Loitering. What do you call that? Looting. They were looting, and the policeman ran in there. So Brad Pitt looked like, oh man, and the policeman ran right past him to go get the baby formula for his babies, man. Okay, listen, they policemen are just people, man. Okay, it's just people. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into another city and shall not be able. Okay, so a lot of you gonna be like, well, I'm finna go down to my grandmama's house, man. No, man. Again, when that COVID thing happened, listen, they closed all the roads from Chicago to Indiana. You couldn't get into Indiana, period. Back roads, all of them. They dumped dirt. I think I did a video. They dumped dirt, as up 14 feet high, man, on these streets, man. So you couldn't get into Indiana, even the back streets. Couldn't get there. Couldn't get there on the highway. Couldn't get in. And all of that they did was they trained. They're practicing for what's coming. Jacob's trouble. All right. So, I just wanted to share this video. Okay. I'm going to let him continue on. And, Lord willing, you will be edified. Okay. And even Nino knows. All right. They know. He knows.
And still can't breathe financially. Carry on.
It's bad in America. Like, it's very bad in America. I'm blessed to have the job that I have, but I can't physically afford anything. I have been trying my hardest to try to, budget my way out, try to pay back things so that I can afford an apartment. In the meantime, I can barely afford food. I can barely afford to put a tank of gas in there. I used the last of my money to put some gas into my car because we're expecting some bad weather, and I want to be able to at least get somewhere in case it happens. Gas is at like almost $4.50 a gallon. I am struggling so bad. I don't even know how I'm doing this. I'm trying my best to be enthusiastic and to be happy, but I am crying on a regular basis. And I feel like I'm drowning. And I don't want to say anything to anybody because I don't want to lose my job, because they're firing people for being homeless. So I don't even want to tell them that anything. I've just been holding so many things inside that I can't take this anymore. Like, I just really wanted to say something to somebody because it hurts. It literally manifesting as actual physical pain.
Now I feel so bad for her because she trying her best not to break, but it's hard for her to hold it together. Women should not have to be going through this shit. They shouldn't have to be this strong, especially the way their emotions set up. They weren't built for that kind of pressure. It's easy for her to go out there and do some 304 shit and get that situation fixed, but she refused to sell her soul. DJ T done made America so unaffordable to live in that you better all move into a whole nother country where it's cheaper and more efficient. Because Trump out here running this country like Dollar Bill off the goddamn Players Club. And we diamond. We all screwed. And don't think you safe because you ain't felt the effects of this goddamn economy yet. We all in some way, shape, or form going through it. Ain't nobody safe. Now she need to start her GoFundMe account immediately. Carry on.
how much stress I have no family. My family doesn't give a fuck about me and hasn't for a long time. I was going through the worst time of my life and they just basically told me to get through that shit. I had 2 mental breakdowns back to back, lost my job, lost my benefits, lost my apartment, lost my dog, lost my best friend, lost everything. And nobody gave one singular fuck. And I've been doing all of this shit alone.
Oh, this is sick. Today, we visited the springs of Econfina Creek. We kept our eyes peeled for a week.
With very, very, very minimum help. Apparently, I make too much money to be able to benefit from any of the programs, but I don't make enough money to be able to afford my anything. Like, I am eating once a day, if that, in order there. I still go to the gym because it's the only place I can go to charge my phone and to be somewhere without somebody trying to call the cops on me, which has happened a couple of times. Just sitting in a parking lot because I have nowhere to go. It's been rough the last couple of months. All I want to do is get my own apartment so that I can feel safe, but that looks like that's not even going to be a possibility anytime soon. And now 2 of the credit cards that I have are actively suing me in court. And so I tried my best to put in some payments in order to stop them from suing me. And the payments are taking pretty much my entire check. So that's what's going on with me. It feels actually good to say all this out loud. It's kind of embarrassing to tell a bunch of strangers, to be perfectly honest, but honestly, it just feels good to get it off my chest.
And see, this is exactly why you can't ask people for help, because the help can't wait to go tell people that you asked. Family, we waiting on you to need them so they could do you any kind of way. Then go spread your business to other family members that you don't even talk to no more. This woman breaking down and can't even run to the only people that you should be able to run to. That's family. You can't do this alone. It's gonna take a unit and a village for this type of shit, especially if you're black. She need to go file for bankruptcy, because that'll stop them goddamn lawsuits, then get them loans deferred. And I'm sure it's a HBCU somewhere near you that you need to get in contact with, because they'll help you get enrolled and help you get a part-time job. Then once you get enrolled and get you a part-time job, go apply for that Mackenzie Scott Scholarship, where they help working class women. Now, if you somebody in the area of this woman that's on this video, I need you to reach out to her. If you do real estate and you got a spare room that you could spare, let her stay there, man. Because she got a job. She getting some money, but the money going to bills. The money going to debt. Shit real for this woman. Please donate that goddamn room till she get on her feet. And don't complain about the expenses. Write that shit off, man, and watch how God bless you and yours for softening your heart for his people. You're gonna be blessed tenfold. Reach out to her. Somebody reach out to her. She need to create a GoFundMe account. She need to set some kind of donation account up, because she about to crash out. I could see. You can't see in her eyes. She crying. She ain't got nobody to turn to. Family doing her any kind of way. It's bad for this woman. But y'all comment below and let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this video too. Wait a minute.